Here it is. I finally made it today. 48 of the 75 hard challenge. It's getting very, very hard. It could be harder. But honestly, I feel so unmotivated today and just like living alone is catching up to me. I'm not complaining. I'm very thankful for my place and stuff, but it's so hard to like maintain, and I feel like it could all fall apart at any minute. And just like trying to get the hang of like work and just everything, I feel like I can't get the hang of it. Just doing it all alone is like pretty hard, I guess, because I don't know, it's just different. I feel like it's not meant to be really done alone, all of it, so that's just kind of hard. Anyways, today what did I do? I walked. Because I'm trying to figure out when's a good time to go running. Like it's still dark in the morning. I'm not gonna go running in the dark around here. I'm not familiar with the area. I could go in the evening, so I just need to figure out my schedule. But anyways, having pretty rough time here to be completely honest. I know, I don't have anything to complain about. My life is great, but mentally, emotionally, I just feel overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed and I don't know how I'm going to feel smooth and like but I know that uh change is supposed to be hard. Like if nothing changes, then nothing changes. So but sometimes it feels like I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But I mean, there can't be anything wrong with trying to get like there can't be anything wrong with working hard, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna get this yoga workout done. I'm feeling sore, so it's gonna be a slow, boring stretch. But we're gonna do it.
You can play around with whether or not the leg is more straight or more bent. Do everything to allow yourself to soften down through the left hip. You can feel that there's also a little back bend happening in the lower back on the left side.
So today's gonna be super boring and slow, but I think that's exactly what I need. I don't know. I'm gonna try it.
Breathe into what you're feeling here. Allowing the skin of the face to be soft and smooth. Allowing the spinal column to be soft and relaxed within this pose, within this back bend. From here, we'll come into a supine twist. Let's take the right arm straight and slide the left arm underneath it. And here we'll start to peel open through the right shoulder and the right side of the chest. We have this one-legged twist with the right leg crossing over. Left leg is straight. You can take a moment to
I'm doing it wrong.
press the elbows into the ground. And as you do this, you can adjust your shoulder blades so that they get more evenly pressed onto the ground. Opening your arms out. Feel free to prop your right leg, maybe a bolster or block under the right knee or the foot or both. And now feel where your head wants to be, maybe at the center, maybe turn it a little bit more to the right. Breathing and softening here as the spine twists inside the core of your body, gently stimulating the spinal discs as they gently get pressed between your bones, between your vertebrae.
Each stretch is 2 minutes, so.
Take a couple more deep breaths. And now take the right arm up next to your head, letting the arm rest on the ground or near the ground. Take a breath into the right side of your body. As you exhale, cross the arm over the face and roll onto your side and transition onto your belly. And change to one-legged crawl on the second side. You can stay where you are, and I'm just going to switch so it's easier to see. Come onto elbows and forearms. Take your left knee out to the side.
So, other one-legged.
Fine-tuning the bones with the left knee more forward or back, with the knee more or less bent, depending on how you want to gauge the stretch in your left inner thigh.
Other leg.
Starting to sense the length of the front of the right hip and the front of the belly on the right side. And see how it changes when you give a little bit of energy to a lift here, pressing down into the elbows, lifting up through the crown of the head. Breathe into the pose, breathe into the sensations that you feel. We have a compound pose with the back bend on the right side and the groin stretch on the left side. So breathing with this synthesis of sensations happening inside of you. And letting the sensations become a magnet for the mind. Staying present in the body. Twist on the second side. Take the left hand out in front and thread the right arm underneath the left. Open it up into our twist, keeping the left knee crossed over the body. Left arm peels open and the left side of the chest is open as well. And now we can bend the elbows and press to adjust the shoulder blades more firmly onto the ground. Lengthening the back of the neck at the same time. Now see if the head wants to be more center or more over to the left side. Making any final adjustments that your body needs to be comfortable. And now take a breath in. And as you breathe out, feel your spine softening into the twist a little more. Sensing where the sensations are in your spine. Is it more in the lower body, the middle spine, or maybe more in the upper spine and the chest? As we breathe through these layers of tension, shedding a little bit more tension with each exhale. Now slowly take the left arm up next to the head. Take a breath or two into the left side of the ribs. And as you exhale, roll all the way over onto the side. Make your way back to center. We'll come into child's pose. And as you come into child's pose, your arms will stay out in front, hips back toward the heels. Breathe into the back body. Slowly come up to hands and knees and into puppy. Knees under the hips, arms out in front, palms to the floor. And send the heart down toward the ground. You have a choice in this pose of whether to leave the head hovering above the ground, and that little lift of the head might give a nice stimulation to the back of the neck that feels good. Or if you prefer, you could see about taking the forehead to the ground and be a little more restful. Some people comfortably bring the chin into the ground, so that's a third option. Whichever variation you are in, we are working on opening the thoracic spine and the cervical spine, or the parts of the spine that are connected to the neck and the rib cage. And these are the parts of the spine that can get pretty stuck. And so we take this time to have a long, slow stretch, where we also might feel some sensations in the rib cage and the armpits. Let's take a breath into the whole rib cage, upper back, and exhale and soften. Just sinking down through the heart. Let's lift up a little just so we can thread the left arm up. And to thread them, dig the knee out of the left shoulder to the ground, and the left side of the head to the ground. And now your right hand goes up above your head on the floor. You can walk the fingertips toward the top left corner of the mat a little more to help open up into the right shoulder and open the right side of the chest back. And you might like taking your hand into a little teepee shape to get more space here. So fine-tuning the pose, finding the exact alignment that works for you with an attitude of inner introspection into our alignment choices. Knowing that it's more about how the pose feels than about how it looks. And here, As we feel into the body, we're going for this outer shoulder stretch and a little twist of the upper spine. We can breathe into this space at the back of the shoulder, base of the neck. And now option to stay here or to take it into rolling panda as you take your right foot out to the side, tuck the toes under, and open up the right shoulder a little more so we have more freedom in the upper body here to open up into the back of the body. So we might feel more sensations in the back of the neck on the left side. We can even maybe walk this hand that's above the head over to the left a bit more. And as you settle in, notice how the body feels different in this variation compared to the variation with both legs on the ground. Option is to take the right hand behind the back at this point if you like that variation. Wherever you are, you can push into the right toes and give yourself an extra little bit of space in the upper left side of the back. And slowly release, come back to hands and knees. Going in cat and cow, place hands on the shoulder, knees on the hips, and inhale, lift into your back bend. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin and tuck your tail. Then inhale, back bend. Exhale, round. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, round. Returning to a neutral spine. And we'll come into a second round of puppy. Take the arms out in front of you, sinking down through the chest. Taking a brief puppy pose, stretching out through the armpits once again. And now we'll take the right arm underneath the left, setting it on the second side.
Wait, did I do it wrong?
Feeling into the outside of the right shoulder.
I have to do it like this.
And feeling the stretch also in the back of the neck on the right side. And you can deepen into this by pulling the left shoulder back a little more. And the left hand with the fingertips above the head and walk over toward the top right corner of the mat. Left palm down or TP hands, whatever feels better in your left shoulder. Breathing into this space. Breathing into the shoulder. You could either stay and thread the needle or take it into rolling panda, tucking the left toes under and rolling the head under a little more. Or you might start to feel it more in the back of the spine and the back of the neck. Perhaps you want to open the chest to the sky a little more. Maybe you want to open the face to the ceiling. Turn the gaze to the sky and maybe walk this hand that's above the head over to the right a little more. Option to wrap the left hand behind the back if you prefer. Now take a deep breath into this space between the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, can you feel the space nestled between the right shoulder blade and the spine? Maybe getting a little bit more stretch by pressing into the left foot, feeling the stretch and the space being created in the upper back and the back of the ribs and the back of the heart. And with each breath, releasing tension on the exhale. Moving slowly, returning to hands and knees now. Finding cat and cow once again, hands under shoulders, inhale, back bend, and exhale, round. Inhale, back bend, exhale, round. Inhale, back bend, and exhale, round. And returning to neutral spine. Inhale the breath here. As you exhale, slide your right leg forward for sleeping swan. And turn on the shin, settling back through the back leg. Option here to come into deer if that feels better on your leg. We're gonna maybe drop the right hip to the side and bend the knee for this option. Either pose, come forward and finding a stretch in the right glutes. So whether your back leg is bent or straight, the same area of the body is being stretched. And the range of motion that we're feeling here is an external rotation of the right hip and thigh. This is such an important range of motion for us to work regularly, to keep the range of motion in our hips, to keep ourselves mobile and healthy, to keep our hips healthy. So take a big breath into the right hip and exhale, softening through these glutes, through the layers of the glute muscles, 3 layers here, and all of the fine muscles underneath the glutes that help us to move through our daily activities and our exercise routines. Breathing gratefulness into this body, into this hip. Now slowly come up, and as you sit over onto the right hip, bring the back leg around to the front. Half butterfly is where we are headed. Option to use a cushion under the seat. Take the right leg bent and the left foot to the inner upper thigh, and come forward over the leg. Hands might be on the shin, the foot, or the floor. You could always experiment with a strap around the foot if you wish. Finding the stretch in the back body now on the left side, back of the hamstrings, left side of the spine. Breathing into this back body stretch and letting each breath help you to shed tension, find more space. And slowly now coming up. And as you come up, lift your spine upright. And let's take it into a twist where the left hand comes to the outside of the right knee and the right hand behind the body on the floor. Turn the head to the right. With your inhale, lift up through the whole spine. With the exhale, use the strength of the arms to draw yourself around a little more deeply. And now let's unwind and come to sleeping swan on the second side. With the left leg forward and the left knee sending the right leg back. An option to have that bent leg in deer as you come forward, or to straighten ahead and come into sleeping swan. And they're just variations of the same pose, intended to externally rotate the left thigh and stretch into the left glutes. Maybe you're resting your head down on a block. Maybe you're resting your head on the floor, or just staying propped up on the elbows. Connecting with the steady rhythm of your breath as you continue to soften through the layers of tension. Slowly come off now. And make your transition into half butterfly. Right leg comes around to the front. Left foot comes to the inner upper thigh. An option again to sit on a cushion and come forward over this right leg. Feeling a stretch in the back body. Noticing what parts of the body are speaking to you the most in this shape. Is it more in the leg, the hamstrings? Is it more in the spine? Can you take a deep breath into the spine and exhale to soften a little bit more. Slowly come up. Slowly release and bring your spine upright. And now let's take it into the twist. Right hand to the outside of the head, left hand on the floor. The heart is lifted, the right shoulder is peeling back. Take an inhaling breath. With the exhale, use the strength of the arms to gently draw yourself into the twist a little more deeply. Now slowly release the twist, facing the front, and we'll come into your choice of a back bend. So this is Yogi's choice between Sphinx and saddle. If you're taking Sphinx, you'll be here, palms on the ground, elbows under the shoulders, legs about hips width, or you can choose to have them wider if you wish. And the other choice is saddle, which is going to be our more intense pose. Not for everybody, so if you're a beginner, you'll definitely want to take the Sphinx today. For saddle, we sit either on top of the feet or in between the feet. Resting back, maybe over a prop, over a bolster, or all the way down onto your back. Feeling the back bend, whichever pose you're in. You might feel a stretch in the front of the thighs and the front of the hips. Settling into a longer hold here as we work gently and slowly through these thicker tissues of the fascia of the lower body. The fascia that weaves through the larger areas of thighs, hips, pelvis, and lower back. Breathing in and out now. And very gently begin to move out of whichever pose you've been resting in. Whichever pose you're coming out of, we're going to meet up in child's pose. Take your time getting there. Stretch the arms out in front. Settle down between the knees, forehead to the earth. Big breath into the whole back body. Exhale through the mouth. And another big breath in. And let it go. And then slowly come up. We'll take our final stretch, which is a yogi's choice forward bend. Either soles of the feet together, coming over the legs in butterfly, or both legs straight in front of you to come over the legs in caterpillar. So choose the one that gives you a better stretch in your spine. Now that we have worked through the tension in the body, more from the extremities and the hips and the shoulders, with our final pose, we want to really bring this into the core, into the spine, into the center of our awareness. And this is where we can begin to really get into shedding deeper layers of tension. And it's not important in this pose to reach the feet. If your body doesn't do that, it's fine to just let them rest on the legs or the floor. And if you just feel like you can't get forward as much as you'd like to, then a cushion under the seat can be quite helpful, as well as a slight bend in the knees. And from this place of stillness, in this full body forward bend, take a big breath into the full body, the back of the body. And exhale from the back of the body, softening the back of the legs and the back of the torso. And now another full back body inhale. Exhale and softening completely. Staying connected to your experience by noticing and observing what you're feeling. And now very slowly lift up and slowly come onto your back to our final relaxation position. Extend your arms and legs and add anything to your experience to make yourself comfortable, perhaps extra clothes to keep your body warm or a blanket over your body. And now is the time to allow the effects of the practice to wash over you. With all of the sensations of spaciousness. And as you sense these spaces that have been created, can you take a deep breath in, filling these spaces? And exhale, relaxing even more through the shoulders and the hips and the spine. Softening the thighs, the arms, the lower belly, the lower back, the bowl of the pelvis. the chest and the upper back. Relaxing and releasing the hands, the fingers, and the feet and the toes. And softening the face, the jaw, the forehead, the eyes, the skull. And feel your whole body relaxed and spacious. From the head out to the fingers and down to the toes. And now take a deeper breath into your belly and into your heart. And as you exhale, gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch out through your arms and legs. Bend your knees and roll over onto one side. And very slowly and gently press up into a comfortable seat. Cross the legs and sitting with the spine tall. Close the eyes and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, feel yourself from the inside out. Feel the energy that is moving through this body now in this upright position. And sending gratitude to yourself and to your body. Now let's place the palms together at the heart and close our practice. Breathing in, take the arms out to the sides, up over.
Well, deep stretching and yoga type exercises are always pretty boring for me, but I guess I really needed that. The stretching felt good. Still lonely, but just kidding. I feel better physically, I guess. So good night. Tomorrow we need to get back to pushing ourselves. Yay, but today I don't have it. Bye.